Welcome in, everyone, to Baxter, Tennessee, as we're here for another week of high school volleyball in Baxter. The Upperman Lady Bees getting set to take on the Stone Memorial Lady Panthers here at Upperman High School. My name's Jacob Vincent, joined by Noah McKay for this week's broadcast of high school volleyball in the Upper Cumberland. And this one is big. Presented by Nick's Restaurant and Watson Chevy. You see Watson Chevy there, the top left corner of your screen. They're going through the starting lineups right now. The hype video for Upperman volleyball being played on the video screen. That is why the lights are down. And just the one spotlight being shown right now as we get you ready for the first serve here in Baxter. There's a little bit of animosity in the crowd this evening.
A little bit. It got ratcheted up big time right before that national anthem started. Of course, head coach for the Lady Bees, Tori Permenter, was the head coach of Stone Memorial. She comes to a district rival, a school that, listen, these two schools don't like each other at all. We'll talk about it in a couple of weeks on the gridiron. We've talked about it in basketball. We've talked about it in volleyball. They don't like each other at all. It got ratcheted up tenfold with the head coach of one school moving to another, with the bulk of those players returning for those Stone Memorial Lady Panthers. Wow. Upperman has lined. They're in line. You can barely see it in the darkness, and there are parents, all the players for varsity and JV holding signs saying Coach P is the GOAT, all sorts of different things, staring right at the Lady Panthers. I'm sure there were things exchanged on social media. Jacob, this is the volleyball matchup itself is super intriguing, but it's visceral, and the intensity level is really high tonight here in the Hive.
Absolutely. And you said it. When they lined up for the national anthem, they all brought the signs out. The parents standing behind the players of the Lady Bees to our left. It is going to be intense this evening as the Lady Bee hype video still going on.
It's too long.
It's too long. It's one of the lengthier ones. We will say that.
It's cool.
It is cool.
It's great for social media, but it's too long. Now
it's done. It's done now.
It was a really good video. It was just too long for a pregame video.
Well, let's get ready for this matchup for the Lady Bees. 9-2 to start this season. They are 3-0 in District 7 2A. For the Stone Memorial Lady Panthers, 5-2 to start the year. They are 4-0 in district play. So this is for first in the district. Cumberland County has one loss. Livingston is 2-0. They play Cumberland County coming up tomorrow. Those are the top four teams in District 7 2A. Both these teams played yesterday coming off of wins. For Stone Memorial, they got a win against Cannon County yesterday 3-0 in a very non-competitive match. We'll call it that. Cannon County, Stone Memorial, two different places, as you like to say. For the Upperman Lady Bees, they had a pretty good one with Watertown. Went 4 sets, won it 3-1. That was the first set that they had lost in their last 5 matches, so they have been pretty dominant. Obviously, we were here last week for their win over Wilson Central that they won 3-0. We'll see what they can do today against Stone Memorial. For the Stone Memorial team, of course, for the team, as now the students are taking the floor.
Oh, my
And for the Stone Memorial team, this team made the sectional last year, lost in 5 sets to Soddy Daisy. Of course, Coach Tori Permenter was with them last season, comes over to Baxter. And you go back to last season, in the regular season last year, Upperman fell to the Stone Memorial squad 3-0 in each of their 2 matchups. And there's a lot of seniors on this Stone Memorial squad, so emotions will be running high as the court.
I've never seen
this.
I've never seen this. I've seen some big volleyball matches. I've never seen this. This is I believe we've called it a powder keg at places at time. This very much feels powder keg-esque. I would not like to be an official in this match. I don't know if I'd like to be a coach. I know I would love to be a player in this match. This is going to be a lot of fun.
You're telling me you wouldn't love to be a coach in this one?
Fair play. Fair point on that one. But, it's very interesting when we look at these two teams you were talking about. It's a Stone team with a ton of familiar names, familiar faces. They've been the mainstay, really consistent. Of course, now Coach Buck, not Coach Permenter, but it doesn't matter. They've had a great start to this season. And Upperman, what has been the word we've said so much? The potential, the youth for this Lady Bees team. The question is it still potential for the Lady Bees, or do they ascend to the top of District 7 2A? We're going to get a lot of answers towards that question tonight. This is going to be an awesome matchup here this evening.
It's going to get loud here in Baxter. If you're tuned in, whether it be Facebook or YouTube, we welcome you in. Jacob Vincent alongside Noah McKay for today's high school volleyball match presented by Watson Chevy and Nick's Restaurant. A big-time District 7 2A battle between Upperman and Stone Memorial. This Upperman team, they've got some young players, but they're talented. For Stone Memorial, very senior laden, and obviously had a lot of success last year, and we'll see how they're able to get it started.
The student section packed for the Lady Bees. A lot of the Stone students here as well. Not exactly a section. They're kind of spread out a little bit, but this place is full on this half of the grandstands, and the bleachers rather. It's going to be a lot of fun tonight, and this is one of those games where it really could go either way, and that's what makes it a lot of fun.
So Upperman will have the first serve. Emery Huddleston, who starts the rotation on serve for the Lady Bees, will start it off from the right side. One of their best servers this season. Student section packed down to our lower left, and we'll get this one going here in just a moment. Huddleston starts it off. That one a little too long, and that'll be a service error. And there was something on the court, so they're going to get that cleaned up.
And given all of those emotions that we talked about, the Lady Bees really trying to rally for their head coach. Stone wants to prove a point to not only everybody else here, but to their former head coach. Whoever can settle in early is going to have a great advantage early on in this match.
Watch out for Lucy Groth for Stone Memorial. She's at the net right now. That one is going to sail deep. Back-to-back service errors to start this one off, and it's 1-1. So both sides just trying to get the serve in play.
That's pretty much exactly what I mean. All that adrenaline, a little too much power, back the other way it goes.
So it'll be Lana Smallwood now back there to serve for the Lady Bees. This one will stay in. Not a great receive by Stone Memorial, and going to be a free opportunity here for the Lady Bees. Huddleston to the outside. This is Hickman. A big swing, and that one is down and in for the first point of the day from one of these offenses. And able to get it down. Upperman takes a 2-1 lead from the kill from Presley Hickman.
And you see, this is a three-headed monster. Hickman, very much a part of that for the Lady Bees, up and at the net. They get up and they put it down with power.
Smallwood the serve again. Good one. Much better receive out of the back row. Left side attack for Groth. Just has to tip it over. Not a great set. To the outside, Hickman again down the line. Great receive there. There's a quick set in the middle. This one's thrown to the back, and that's out of bounds off the hand of Groth. An attack error, and another point to Upperman to get it going here in the early going, 3-1.
I think important for Stone to try to get a good start here. They've played in a high-leverage district matchup against their crosstown rival Cumberland County, but Upperman, they have dominated these matches. To your point, only lost the one set recently. Is that one another service error right into the net, so it goes back to a Stone serve. But when this Lady B team has gotten momentum in these matches, they have dominated these matches. It's been a lot of 3-0 so far early in the year for them. For Stone, get an early lead, maybe get a 1-0 lead, be big for them.
Now one close to the net, and that is going to send Huddleston into the net for the net violation after the serve from Adriana Mann. It's another one of those seniors again, a very senior lane team. Of course, Lauren Clark, a junior, will get a lot of playing time as well. And we'll see a few others, but it is mainly seniors and juniors for this Lady Panthers squad. And that one is going to be another point for Stone Memorial after a good serve from Adriana Mann.
And the first forced mistake by the Lady Panthers. And now they have that narrow lead. See if they can build on it.
So a 4-3 advantage now for Stone. Mann, another good serve. It's an overpass and a free ball here for Stone Memorial. To the outside, swing from the left pin, cross court. Received well by Upperman. Here's Hickman on the roll. Out of the back row, Mann's there. To the left side again and just thrown over. Huddleston to the left pin. Great set. Hickman is going to be able to put it down. Stone looked like they were going to have a chance to keep it up. Unable to do so, and Hickman finds herself another kill.
Yeah, really nice start above the net for Hickman. She's been able to get a couple of those kills early on. Mentioned several different Lady Bees with the capabilities of doing that, but Hickman maybe with the biggest vertical of all of them.
So Upperman back with the serve. 4-4 here in the early going of set number one. Reagan from that left side is able to get it to go down. Zaylee Reagan finds her first kill of the match.
And this is what we expect. These are two of the top teams in the district with all the extra motivation on top of it. We think this is going to be back and forth throughout.
5-4 early advantage for the Lady Panthers. That's into the net off the hands of Groth from that back row. And Libero and Marley Bowers will check back into the back row for Groth. Will take a rest on the bench and a service error. And it's back into the hands of the Lady Bees now.
Great serve.
Tremendous serve, and it's going to end up being a point for the Lady Bees. So Upperman back on top. Emma Pruitt able to get the nice serve in. 6-5, Upperman leads by 1. She'll do it again from that right side. Here is Reagan on the roll. And Pruitt unable to get underneath. Reagan going to find herself another kill. Looked like it was just going to be a free opportunity for Stone Memorial, but Reagan doing a nice job, able to get to go down.
And now you can kind of feel it. The intensity level is ratcheted down, and it's just turning into a normal match a little bit. Now, as we get later, it'll turn back up.
Here's Arden Lefevue from the service line now for Stone Memorial. 6-6 in the early going. Huddleston in the middle. Tidwell sends it over. From the left side, off the hands of Tidwell. Now up in the air by Huddleston to the outside. Hickman, a big swing, and that one is going to be out. A line judge had to think about it for a second. He says it's out, and it's still Memorial point after the attack error.
I don't think he knew. He kind of gave that. I'm not sure about that one. So I couldn't tell. Certainly, I don't have a good angle on it.
7-6 lead for Stone Memorial. They've got the serve. Huddleston to the right side now. One of the first times we've seen a right side attack. Hickman was over there and unable to get anything with it. Free balls on both sides. Huddleston to the outside. Here's Hickman again off the block in the air. Bowers there. And that one going to be sent out of bounds by Reagan. Just a little too much on it, trying to send it over.
I'll tell you, Huddleston on one side, Hickman on the other for the Lady Bees. That gives them options in the attack game on both sides. You mentioned haven't gone to the right side in the attack yet, but they have the opportunity when Huddleston is there.
Here is Hickman with the serve, a good one down the line. That one off the hands of Clark. It's off the block it out and able to tool it for the point as Lauren Clark finds her first kill and first big swing we've seen so far tonight.
And that's one of the best athletes in the school, and Lauren Clark, and she shows it there, getting up with the power.
Zaylee Reagan back to serve this one away for Stone Memorial. At the net, Huddleston saves it from going in the net, somehow getting it to go over the net, but just out of bounds is Lana Smallwood. The attack error for the Bees will give another point to Stone Memorial, up by 2. And again, for Stone Memorial, they have the feeling it's their district. It's their region. They want to back it up once more. Of course, Cumberland County won it last year in the district tournament, and then Stone got them in the region tournament. Here's Huddleston, quick set in the middle, did well, the left-handed shot over. And miscommunication by Stone Memorial out of that back row ends up being a point for the Lady Bees.
Yeah, this is how this game develops. Both teams have had a few errors just like we saw there. Upperman's power at the net. Stone's had some really nice serves. Who can kind of control that aspect? And now are we having a student section admonishment?
It appears so. Led by the football team.
Coach Permenter is not happy about that at all. And I'm going to listen to what they're saying. and then as it got quiet, Brodston Chaffin went, "What?" Coach Permenter not happy about something that another fan did. Upperman students got admonished, and now they're ratcheting it up again. I don't know what it was, and now she hypes them up. Here we go.
Well, Goose is down there. He'll be able to give us a full report. Quick set in the middle, and there's Lauren Clark for another kill.
And that gives
smart one as well.
The Lady Panthers an opportunity to answer that intensity knob back up after that one. And that, unfortunately, for both teams, the official admonishing anybody in the crowd is not going to lead to things calming down tonight.
Good serve from Marley Bowers. Back row attack for Hickman. That's
smokes.
A big swing and able to put it down. Presley Hickman answering back for the Lady Bees out of the back row. Still a 10-9 lead for Stone Memorial.
And you just saw it, right? When Stone's been able to get those serves off, they've had easy points a lot of the time. But when Upperman gets the return, forget about it.
Here is Huddleston again as they are back into their starting rotation. Free ball here for Upperman. West. Huddleston to the right side attack for Pruitt.
Oh my God.
High swing and ends up catching a shoulder from one of the back row players, and Mia Jones goes off of her and out. And a nice swing for Emma Pruitt from that right side for the kill.
And there's part 3 of that three-headed monster I talked about, Emma Pruitt. Pruitt, Hickman, Huddleston. Very good for Coach Permenter.
Pruitt, the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game last week against Wilson Central. A really strong performance along with Hickman. Here's another free opportunity. Out of the back row, Burchett. Huddleston, right side again for Pruitt. Great dig out of the back row for Stone Memorial. It was Jones that time, and then the attack error into the net.
Stone has to be that good on their back line. When those kills come down, they've got to find a way to dig them out. Been a little up and down with that early. Once you dig it, though, that's when they have to capitalize, because if Upperman gets another crack at it, you're asking a ton out of those back three.
If you're tuned in on Facebook or YouTube, let us know where you're watching from. Make sure you give us a share and like the stream. Not a good set. It's into the net. And an error by Stone Memorial. Another point for Upperman, and now a 2-point advantage for the Lady Bees. 7-2 battle between Upperman and Stone Memorial. Upperman lost to this Stone team 3-0 twice last season. Head coach Tori Perminter comes to Baxter, and this Upperman team is rejuvenated. A service error from Huddleston will give the point back to Stone Memorial. Upperman still leading by 1, 12-11.
And an Upperman squad that was in the Final Four a couple of years ago in the state tournament, then kind of took a step back last year, trying to return to the top. Stone says not so fast.
Old top spin serve, good one. Burchett right there. Huddleston, the bump set to the outside. Pruitt into the block, sent over by the Bees. And Growth right there to put it right back down.
And there it is. That's all set up by a tremendous serve. It starts it puts Upperman on their back heels. That top spin, nasty as it dove down.
It's Bradley Norod back there, the junior. And that one's going to sail out of bounds, the service error. So went down the line just a little too far off the right side of the hand. Makes it 13-12, Upperman up by 1. On a Smallwood back deep to serve this one away. Good receive. Howard to the outside, Growth,
nice.
And the changeup able to get it to go over the block in town. We've been doing volleyball now for the last few seasons, and Lucy Growth has been a mainstay at the front of the net.
Well, and she's got a lot of power up there, and I don't even know how she was able to finesse that, because she swung through, and it just kind of flickered over.
To the outside, Hickman off the tape, one-handed save by Bowers. Here's Howard, she'll send it over. Hickman's right there. Huddleston to the outside, Hickman again, the tip shot.
Wow!
Nice dig out of the back row. Right side attack for Pruitt, a big swing, tools it off the block, and a point for Emma Pruitt.
And I apologize for the shaking. I guess it adds to the atmosphere, but we've got some stompers on the top row of the grandstand, so there's not an earthquake in Baxter. They're just fired up.
Addison Fye checks in to serve. We'll remind you, today's game match presented by Watson Chevy. Don't buy until you see Jason Fye. Good serve by Addison Fye. And going to be a free opportunity here for the Bees. Huddleston, right side. Pruitt again, off the block and down. Emma Pruitt, 3 kills here in set number 1, and Upperman now leads by 2, 15-13.
And this is Addison Fye's job. She comes in to serve. Had a really good one to start. We'll see if that continues in this first set. Living up to what we expected. And I got the score wrong. I'm doing a lot right now. I apologize. I got it now, 15-13.
Yeah, when we get here to volleyball, we've got the game of the week set up, but Noah's running the camera. He's doing the scoreboard and some other producing aspects as well. Another good serve by Fye. Growth couldn't quite get it over, a little too close to the net. And another point for the Lady Bees. And Coach Perminter trying to fire her team up.
Yeah, since this is a big opportunity with a 3-point lead, getting closer to the end of the set, they can get on a run here. They can maybe feel good about this first set.
So 5 from that right side, down the line, received by Reagan. Another good opportunity here for the Lady Bees.
Watch out.
To the outside, here's Hickman from the left pin, down the line,
in.
And in. I think it was tipped.
I think they're just
So
going to say
it's still
it was
a
in.
point.
I think they just said it was in. She was able to kiss it off the line.
Old Matt Wilson was saying it was tipped over there
Okay,
on the
well.
far line judge.
Either way.
Either way, it's a kill for the Lady Bees. It doesn't matter how. 17-13, Upperman leads by 4. Another good serve by Fye. Here's Reagan from the left side. That's a great block by Pruitt. Into the net, and it's going to be 4 touches. And Upperman another point, now leading by 5 here in set number 1, their biggest lead.
Addison Fye's done a tremendous job serving here. It's not overpowering. It just has enough. And there's a little side spin on, and you can see those first receives, they're kind of ricocheting, not exactly where Stone's expecting. She's doing a really nice job checking in here.
Fye working from that right side. 18-13, Upperman leads by 5. Goes back middle. Howard to the middle, Grove.
Nice.
Left-handed shot. And off the tape and over, a much-needed point for Stone Memorial.
Finally got that clean receive, and were able to just put it where they weren't. Got Upperman a little bit out of position, and a really, really smart dump over.
Well, Growth will go back and serve now after getting the kill. It's a good one. Huddleston puts it up in the air. Hickman from the left side just pops it over. There's an opportunity for the Panthers. Reagan from the left pin couldn't quite time it up. It's an attack error by Stone Memorial. And Upperman back up by 5.
Stone just a little bit off at the net. They've had several of those which look to be easy, at least to get it over, and have been putting it right into the middle of the net.
Jump serve by Pruitt.
Wow.
Off the tape and down. It's a service ace.
You do that in table tennis, you act like you meant to.
In regular tennis, usually you got to say, hey, sorry.
Yeah, my bad.
Which I think is the silliest thing ever. So Emma Pruitt gets her first service ace of the day. Another good serve. A lot of pace to it. And not a great pass. It's going to lead to another Upperman point. 21-14. And yeah, at what point, if you're Stone, do you think about maybe burning a timeout? You got 2 of them to use each set.
Yeah, you saw my hands immediately went to a timeout, down by 7 in a spot like this.
Pruitt a little bit deeper this time. Bowers right there. Here is Reagan, able to send it over. Huddleston in the air. Pruitt to the outside. Hickman, the roll shot over. Kept up in the air and sent over. Huddleston, quick set. Tidwell, cross-court shot, able to put it down for the kill.
That was sick. Both ways. Just a tremendous receive on the other side, and now they will have that timeout called. And the Lady Bees hitting it right where they're not, on that left side. And right now, Upperman rolling.
22-14, back in 30 seconds in Baxter. Watson Chevrolet is proud to present the area's best selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. Watson Chevy's staff of experts are ready to get you into your next vehicle with unmatched service and knowledge. Stop in at 2350 Cookeville Highway and get your vehicle serviced by their highly trained professionals. Right now, you can save money on oil changes, regular maintenance, and battery installation. And remember, don't buy till you see Jason Fye. Watson Chevy is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the UCR Media Network. Back here in Baxter, timeout on the floor taken by Still Memorial. Upperman serve out of the timeout, 22-14. Up by 8. Upperman going on a run here late in set 1. Pruitt, high serve, able to keep it in. Tipped over, free ball. Huddleston outside. Hickman, big swing and put down.
When Hickman goes up, she's trying to put the ball through the core of the earth. I mean, that's like trying to get out of the way of a Shohei Ohtani fastball. That is unbelievable power.
Couple of players back there in the back row ready for it. Great serve by Pruitt. That is a tremendous up, but no communication on the back end of it. And now you're starting to see a little bit of the frustrations rise to the top for the Stone Memorial team. That was a tremendous job by Brooke Wilson getting over there and keeping that one up. It's set point. Wilson sends it up in the air to the outside. Reagan from the left pin. High swing. Here's Huddleston to the left side. That's a great bump set and a great block by Stone. Hickman will send it over and a free ball now for the Lady Panthers. Howard in the middle. Growth. Make that Clark tips it over, and Stone needed a kill. They got one from Lauren Clark and finally get the serve back, but it's still set point. Upperman number 2 now at 24-15.
Going to be tough for Stone to win this set, obviously, but I think if they can win a couple of points here, kind of stabilize things because it feels a little avalanche-y. Now, naturally, you're going to get a 3-minute break, but just do some things here in your serve game, which has been pretty good in this first set, and I think they'll be okay moving forward.
Vaden Basenko is checked into the back row. She will go back to serve. Lauren Clark giving some words of encouragement to her teammate Sadie Howard, her setter. 24-15, set point number 2 for the Lady Bees. That one's going to be a high serve. It's a service error, and Upperman takes set 1, 25-15 here in Baxter. One of the biggest sets, one of the biggest matches as Upperman and Coach Permits are making some noise for her student section and her fans here on this near side in Baxter. Upperman ahead in the match, 1-0. You're watching high school volleyball presented by Watson Chevy on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network. Eminence Eagle Auction and Realty is proud to present an online-only auction featuring 44 acres of land with a home, pond, and support buildings. 5 tracts of land in Pall Mall include 2 homes, a working oil well, 2 barns, and a pond. You can bid on this property at eagleauctions.com or call 931-526-5335 for more information. Bidding on this online-only auction ends September 4th at 12 noon. Eminence Eagle Auction and Realty is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Mayberry's Furniture has been family-owned and operated since 1946 and is now serving the Upper Cumberland with locations in both Crossville and Cookeville, offering the largest array of solid wood furniture and mattresses in the area. They also provide a best price guarantee and in-house service and delivery. Stop into their 15,000 square foot showroom at 1020 South Willow Avenue in Cookeville to see their selection of Amish solid wood, flex steel, Tempur-Pedic, Sealy Posturepedic, and much more today. Mayberry's Furniture is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the high school football game of the week on the UCR Media Network. Livingston Regional Hospital is Livingston's hometown hospital. Located at 315 Oak Street, Livingston Regional Hospital provides compassionate quality care for all patients from local people you can trust, so you can count on them to treat you like family. Their excellent staff offers years of experience and training to meet the needs of all patients. They understand the importance of providing care in a professional and comforting manner. They're proud to partner with Livingston Academy Athletics through the LRH Sports Medicine team. Livingston Regional Hospital is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Welcome back to Baxter. Set number 2 about to get underway. That was a pretty quick first set. 25-15. Upperman rolls in set 1. It was kind of similar to how they started against Wilson Central last week here on their home floor, where it was back and forth early on. There was a lot of energy in the crowd, and then Upperman just kind of started to take over, and we were talking in between sets there. Right now, Upperman dominating serve receive, and Emery Huddleston is doing a tremendous job setting her hitters up in great spots.
Yeah, and as you said, dimes right now. She's delivering those, and it was 12-12.
Yeah.
And Upperman wins that set the way that they did. That was a dominant finish, and Stone needs a quick start here. We mentioned when Upperman gets rolling this year, they buried some teams. Stone wants to avoid that. They need a good start here in the second set.
Well, the setter, Sadie Howard, will start it off here in set number 2 for the Lady Panthers. It's a good one. Pruitt's right there. Huddleston in the middle for West. A big swing, but Lucy Groth says, no thank you. The solo block for the senior.
Lucy Groth and Lauren Clark got to get up here above this net for Stone Memorial. They have got to answer and block some of these. They didn't really attempt very many blocks in that first set, and Upperman feasted because of it. That was a great block.
So 1-0 start for Stone Memorial. That's a good serve down the line and in. It's a service ace for Sadie Howard. And a great start for Stone Memorial here in set number 2. So 2-0, Lady Panthers lead it here in the early going of set 2 after Upperman took set 1 in the match 25-15. That one a little too low and will be a service error and back into the hands of the Lady Bees. So 2-1 now. And going back to serve will be Emery Huddleston, who is one of the best servers on this Lady Bees squad. The junior center will work from that right side. In the corner goes cross court back left. Howard to the outside, Grove. Roll shot over. Huddleston. Swing from the freshman Bush. Can't get it over. Block right there, and now a battle, and it's going to be a lift called on the freshman Josie Bush on that left side. So the error on the Lady Bees, and the point back into the hands of Stone Memorial. 3-1. Goose is out here this evening. He's got the bright orange shoes on. They're not volunteer orange. Are they volunteer orange? They kind of look neon orange.
He's
under baseline left side to our left. That's a big swing by Pruitt, but out of bounds. Another attack error.
Oh, those are Tennessee shoes.
Are they? Okay. I didn't know if they were the neon or
Pantone 81 right there, my friend. That is Tennessee Volunteer orange.
Of course, those are the Nike ones. You'll have to switch those over to Adidas next season. That's a service error by the Lady Panthers. And Lady Panthers had a great start. 4-1, now 4-2. And Upperman trying to get back into the swing of things. It'll be the freshman Josie Bush going back there.
Swing of things. I get it. That's funny. Volleyball. Swing.
There you go. Just like golf. That one sent over. Upperman with it. Huddleston, the right side attack for Pruitt. Up in the air. Bowers there. Sent over by Reagan. Free ball. Bush. Huddleston. Here's Hickman on the outside. Into the block and down. Lucy Groth right there to put it right back down alongside LMA.
Already way better here for Stone Memorial here in the second set. Adjustments made by Coach Buck. They got to be able to defend that up at the net. They've got to give it an attempt or this Lady B team will feast, but they got to figure out how to serve the ball right now.
Too many service errors already in this match, and especially here in set 2. Those are the 3 points right now for the Lady Bees. All service errors from the Lady Panthers. It's 5-3, and Mentioned Coach Buck. Obviously, that sounds familiar. It's Coach Brooklyn Buck, the head coach of the Lady Panthers for volleyball. Right side attack and the roll shot over. Trying to kind of cut it, did LMA from that right side. And off of the heel of her hand and out of bounds. The attack error and the point back to Upperman. 5-4. They lead it. This is Adriana Hayes back there serving. A little bit high, and it just sailed enough on her. It's going to be a service error. And so after a great set and one from the Lady Bees, only down by 2, but just don't quite have the rhythm here in set number 2.
Yeah, some really good adjustments so far by Stone here in the second set. They had we mentioned we expect to be back and forth. That was not what we anticipated, that big run by the Lady Bees at the end of that first set. So this, maybe less of the unforced errors for both teams, but more back and forth is exactly what we anticipated.
6-4 start. Good receive. Hickman just rolls it over. Stone a chance, the dump off. Now Huddleston with it. Tries to go right side, close to the net. Great adjustment by Pruitt to send it over. And now a free ball here for Upperman. Here's Huddleston. Outside again to Hickman. Big swing, cross court, put down again. Presley Hickman has 5.
You picked up on that. The passes from Huddleston have been great. That was on the money, over her head, right into the power spot. I mean, and Hickman made no mistake that time. That is textbook for the Lady Bees.
A few bump sets as well. Here's Pruitt. She went on the run and sent one up from that service line. That's a cut shot and just out of bounds from Lauren Clark. Trying to go across the tape and just a little too much with it. The attack error will give the point to the Bees. Now tied at 6.
Yeah, not a bad thought there for Lauren Clark. Just ended up missing just too far.
Here's Pruitt. A little more pace. Drops off the table to the outside and sent over by Clark. Huddleston, Hickman, high swing, great dig out of the back row. Here is Reagan on the left side, and Zaylee Reagan able to put it down for the 3rd time tonight.
And the fault line just cracked, and as the entire game.
I'm going to guess there might be a couple of Reagans off to our right.
I think that's probably correct. That's fine. I love it. It's just we're in the grandstand. That's the beauties of a box or elevated structure.
Yeah. It's a 7-6 lead for Stone Memorial here in set 2. That's a great service. That one drops off and in. It's a service ace for Zaylee Reagan. So back-to-back points for Reagan.
That ball had to have some topspin on it. It fell right off the table, right as it passed that line. A tremendous serve.
8-6 lead for the Lady Panthers here in set number 2 as Upperman tries to find their stride. Huddleston, right side attack. Hickman on that side now, and she's able to get it down. Reagan couldn't quite get it up in the air.
And you've seen Hickman start to make some adjustments to the blocks for Stone Memorial. A little bit higher in those kills. She's angling them a little bit more, and she's been able to get around the block the last couple of times.
Coach Permits are moving her around in that front row. Now she's in the back row and has the serve. It's a good one. Pretty good receive as well. That looked like a double touch, but kept alive anyways. Here's Bush. And sent right back down. Lauren Clark able to find her first solo block of the night.
Yeah, we expected Lauren Clark to have a big game. She's starting to get it rolling here in the second set. That was a very, very nice play.
Like you said, one of the best athletes in Stone Memorial, one of the best athletes in the Upper Cumberland. Great serve there by Bowers. Outside Bush. Good cut shot. Kept alive. Huddleston. Here's Hickman in the air and just out of bounds. A little too deep. Coach Permiter asking for the tip. And they're actually going to say it was a violation, a back row violation. Yeah. Hickman in that back row cannot cross the 10-foot line, and she did. So either way, it was going to be a Stone point. Great serve. Hickman keeps it up and sent over by Bush. In the middle, Growth had to kind of reach back for it. Here's Bush again, into the block and up. Growth sends it over, kind of rolls it behind her head. That one's close to the net. Was it a net violation, though? It was.
Yep.
The head official caught it. Net violation on Stone Memorial and a point to Upperman.
It's unfortunate for Stone because it was going to be their point. That ball was just kind of fluttering down, and you think it's going to be on our side, and you end up making contact with the net.
So Tidwell will go back to serve, the sophomore middle. 10-8 lead for Stone Memorial here in set 2. Great serve. Quick set. Growth. Big swing. Hickman's right there for the dig. West from the front row, and Hickman sends it over. A little out of sorts, but able to get it done. Off the block, Tidwell there on the dig. Huddleston to the outside, Bush. The freshman able to put it down.
That's an impressive freshman. Bush is going to be really, really good. She already is. That is very nicely done. And this is a fun set so far. Similar to how we started the first set. See if a team can go on a run the way the Lady Bees did in the last one.
25-15, Upperman won set one. You said it. It was tied 12-12. 10-9 right now. Stone leads by one. Another good serve by Tidwell from the service line. Sent over on the roll. Huddleston to the outside. Bush has to adjust. Bowers. Big swing. Kept up. Sent over by Bush. And Bush is going to find herself a point. How about that rally from the Bees?
And I'll tell you, Coach Permenter always has a lot of passion. This game's important to her. You could tell. That was a big reaction to that point right there. This is an important game for them tonight.
She beat this Upperman team twice last year, 3-0 both times. Obviously, she's with this Upperman team now. That was a tremendous save by Bowers. West able to get the block. The tip shot over. Hickman right there, and out of the back row comes Pruitt. Almost got it down. Now sent over. Pruitt in the air. Huddleston. Outside Bush. Big swing into the block. Hickman there again. And Growth sends it down. Huddleston digs it out. Hickman from the back row off the block and down. Presley Hickman, the back row attack. And the sophomore has 8 kills in the first 2 sets. And it's only 11-10 in set 2.
Presley Hickman had a great game already if it finishes now. She has been sensational. The best player on the floor so far.
Tidwell from right up the middle. Bowers right there. From the left side, dug out by Pruitt. Quick set in the middle for West. Good dig by Stone, but an overpass. To the outside, here's Bush. Cuts it down and in.
There have been a lot of free balls and overpasses right now for Stone to Upperman, and they have feasted on them. When they've had a clean opportunity, very few mistakes have been made by the Lady Bees.
And a timeout taken by Stone Memorial because it started to follow that script of set 1. We'll be back in 30 seconds in Baxter.
Oxygen and everything in between, we can meet your medical equipment needs with Buckeye Home Medical Equipment. If you have an in-home need for strength and conditioning, for example after a surgery or injury, Quality Home Health is available to provide individualized care while you are on the mend. For those with end-of-life diseases, Quality Hospice is available to provide nurturing care during those difficult times. Choose the Quality family of services for care within your community. Visit thequalityfamily.com to navigate all we have to offer you.
Well, we appreciate our friends at the Quality family. They're back with us for another year here at UCR. You didn't quite hear from them in the first half of the ad, but we were able to get it figured out. Technology was having some fun with us. Timeout taken by Stone Memorial, down 12-10. Coach Buck using that timeout a little bit earlier here in set 2 and trying to not let Upperman go on another run.
Yeah, I think that's a really good timeout because you could feel it. All the momentum was kind of on the left side of the gym. Try to stabilize it, make a couple of adjustments. Wow. What a serve.
Sorry, I got distracted by the students who are playing football on the sideline.
It was an unbelievable serve. Right on the back line. It landed, and now the officials going to tell the Lady Panther bench who disagree with the call, they got to sit down. So a couple of admonishments have been given out in this one. That was if it did catch that line, it was an unbelievable serve down that back line.
So both student sections are in either corner. One is led by Bronston Chaffin of the Upperman Bees. The other, some Stone Memorial students.
And Bronston Chaffin just yelled my name out.
And they're running routes on the Stone Memorial side.
Colton Johnson, Ty Cobb, Jack Torrance over there.
What a up there by Bowers after the block. Now a free ball again for the Lady Bees. Huddleston outside. Bush puts it down again. How about the freshman from the left pin?
This is a rowdy environment right now for a high school volleyball game.
Goose is down there.
That means you know it's a big game. Goose is here.
There's a service area. He was letting us know about the call earlier.
Okay.
14-11. Upperman leads by 3 after the service error. Riley Norrid puts it over. Here's Bush again from the left side, tools it off and down. It's another kill for the freshman.
You know, Stone did a really nice job early in this set countering that power game for the Lady Bees. There have been some adjustments made, and they are throwing gunner block into the air. Bronson Chapman and Colton Johnson were throwing gunner block 5 feet into the air.
It's 15-11 lead for the Lady Bees. Good serve by Huddleston. Left side attack, and what a swing that was. Big swing from Lucy Groth, who's able to get it down.
You mentioned Lucy Groth. She's just had a tremendous career. Every time we do a Stone game, she pops off the screen, and they need her to get it rolling. It's 15-12. This is anybody's set right now, and a critical one for Stone to win.
That's off the tape and down. Burchett right there. West,
Wow.
what a cut shot. West able to put it down. Her first kill of the night.
Kind of like Jacob Vincent with a 56 degree, just making stuff happen, open in the face. That was tremendous.
So Josie Bush will go back to serve now. 16-12 advantage for the Lady Bees, up by 4 as we get deeper into set number 2. Bush from the left side, high swing, and that one's going to sail out of bounds. The service error, so back-to-back service errors from the Lady Bees. Lauren Clark now back into the front row for the Lady Panthers as Groth will go back to serve.
We can replace Lucy Groth with Lauren Clark. Pretty good.
It's a good serve from Groth. Burchett able to keep it up, and now West sends it over. Left side for Reagan, into the block. Groth right there, the joust and into the net. Went the Bees. It's going to be a point for the Panthers.
Yeah, trying to get up and over it to just touch it straight down, but on the way down, clip the top of the net.
So back-to-back points for Stone Memorial, now within 2, 16-14. Here is Groth from the right side. Pass close to the net. West did a great job to adjust and just tip it over and find herself another kill.
In a sea full of big swings, West with those little cut shots, getting some pivotal, important points for the Lady Bees.
Here comes Addison Fye again. She is kind of put the Lady Bees over the top in set 1 when she came in to serve. Lady Bees lead by 3 right now, 17-14. Another good serve, good receive. Howard in the air, Reagan from the left side, and that one is in. Zaylee Reagan from the left pin. She has 4 kills so far tonight.
They've needed them all. That was great. And what Stone's done really well offensively is finding the soft spots for the Lady Bees. It's not been overly powering. They've not had the huge swings for the most part, but they're just finding those soft spots and been able to get some points that way.
Trying to tool it away from the block and able to do a pretty good job of it, especially from that left side. Haven't had a lot of success from the right side so far tonight. Really good serve. Drops off the table. The Bees thought about trying to go after it, but they let it go at the last second, and that is a service ace for Arn Lefeview.
Big opportunity for Stone. They can get this thing tied. All of a sudden, that nerves start to ratchet up.
Good serve, good receive. Here's Tidwell in the middle. She'll send it over. Bowers right there on the dig. To the outside, Reagan off the block. Hickman in the air. Huddleston will push it outside. Hickman off the block, and right there is Reagan. Up in the air. Big swing. Ellis on the dig. Right side for Pruitt. Has to back up and down the line. Here is Reagan. Rolls it with the heel of her right hand. Up in the air. Hickman just tips it over. Long rally beginning now. Big swing. And Lauren Clark puts it down for the Lady Panthers.
Tremendous rally. One of the first real long volleys we've had in this match so far. And again, Lauren Clark up at the net. Hickman back up towards the net on that last rally. Now she drops back, but it's getting real interesting. All tied up at 17.
17 all now here in set number 2. Ellis the pass. Huddleston on the slide attack to Tidwell. Good block. Clark right there to keep it up. Big swing and put down from the left side. Zaylee Reagan again. She's got 5.
Reagan's doing a great job up and around the net. Now you can see Stone settling into what their game is. Right, they got a little out of sorts there for about 5 minutes in the first set, paid dearly for it. But now back and forth we go, and if they can win this set, all bets are off.
FU back to serve again. 18-17 lead for Stone Memorial. Have worked their way back into it, and it's a service ace.
Yeah, a lot of side spin on that one that they weren't expecting. Try to stretch out to get to it. No chance. Great serve for the Lady Panthers.
They're trying to pick out Maddie Ellis in back middle there for Upperman. Right now it's working for Stone Memorial. Here's Lefevue with the serve again. Goes to Burchett this time. Right side, Pruitt, big swing and a big point for the Lady Bees.
Yeah, that's a stabilizing point for Upperman. For the first time really in the match, we've seen Stone take the momentum. Huge moment here in District 7-2A.
Lady Panthers lead by one, 19-18 here in set two. Upperman won the first set, 25-15. Here comes Pruitt with the serve, and you saw her readjust before. You got to wait for the whistle. She didn't quite have it timed up. She had to step back and just kind of got into her head maybe a little bit there.
Yeah, threw off the rhythm. You could see it in real time, and now Lady Panthers get it back. If they score another point here, I imagine you're going to see a Toy Permenter timeout.
Now a yellow card being shown to the Lady Bees side. The captain and Burchett will come have a conversation.
And I'm going to try to listen, so I'm going to go quiet for a second. I didn't see what happened. I think it's towards the bench.
So the bench was being yelled at because they were making noise.
The students can, and that just ratcheted the students up some more.
So some of the JV players have gone to the student section and are now making noise with the students. Here's Hickman, Huddleston. Left pin attack for Hickman, pushes it over.
Wow.
And she's going to come up with the kill, just went right down the line and able to find herself another point.
And you know what is unfortunate for Stone is that kind of gave the Lady Bees a pause. They were able to catch their breath for a moment and kind of just settle back down. When you're this close, 5 points away from winning this set, you don't necessarily want that stoppage to happen.
So Hickman back there to serve now, and she's got a service ace, and we are tied at 20 apiece.
Hickman has been unbelievable all over the floor. Unbelievable so far.
It's her first ace tonight. She is sitting on 9 kills through almost 2 sets. Hickman from the left side. Good service again. To the outside, the roll shot over Pruitt right there. Hickman a big swing. And kept alive. Good job by Mann to send it over. Here's Bush on the left side. High swing off the top of her hand and out. An attack error. And Stone up by one.
I'll tell you the best part for Mann on that one, she didn't barrel into the net. I mean, all that forward momentum going there, and she was able to get underneath it. That was really nicely done. Saved the point.
21-20. Good serve. Here's Bush on the left pin. Another high swing back-to-back. Just couldn't quite get on top of the volleyball, and it's going off the top of the hand. 22-20. Stone Memorial leads by 2.
Stone's had a lot of misses into the net. Upperman's had a lot of misses deep. Too much power on those.
Marley Bauer still serving for the Lady Panthers. Another good one. Good receive by Hickman. Huddleston, quick set for Tidwell. Sends it cross court. And up in the air. Left side attack for Mann. Off the hands of Tidwell and up by Huddleston. Here's Bush on the left side. Off the tape. And in the air. Here's a free ball for Upperman. A little miscommunication into the back row. Now a back row attack for Hickman. Big swing. Puts it in for Upperman.
Doesn't matter where she is on the floor. She's going to make something happen. And the potato race celebration for Cobb and Johnson.
22-21. Stone up by 1. Bella Tidwell back to serve for the Lady Bees. And the head official is trying to get Shayla Burchett to get behind the bench and have her sit down. She was kind of behind, getting stretched out because she's going to come back in if Stone Memorial scores a point when they get back into the rotation. There's back set for Growth. Huddleston will send it right side for Pruitt. High swing again and couldn't quite get it to roll down. It goes out of bounds. An attack error from that right side. It's a 2-point advantage again for the Lady Panthers.
That is the miss right now for the Lady Bees, and now Stone 2 points away from sending their crowd into a frenzy and setting up a dandy of a match.
It'll be the senior setter, Sadie Howard, back to serve. 23-21. Upperman won set one, 25-15. A lot of noise being made by the Upperman student section. Huddleston, a back row attack for Hickman. What a dig out of the back row. Too close to the net. No, it hits the left pin. It's an attack error by Stowe Memorial. Tremendous dig out of the back row for Stowe Memorial, but just unable to make anything out of it.
Yeah, you're spot on. It was an unbelievable dig, but at that point, it's just so much power. Can't do much with it after that point.
It was Mia Jones back there for the Panthers. Here's Huddleston on the serve. Howard to the outside. Growth, high swing, just kind of popped it up in the air. This one close to the net. Pruitt sends it over. Bowers, we've got a whistle and a net violation on Upperman. It's going to be set point Stowe Memorial, 24-22.
Tori Permenter could not believe it. Huge opportunity for the Lady Panthers.
And that's what the Lady Bees are kind of looking around, trying to figure out who did it. Stowe Memorial will send it over. Here's Mann. Good serve. Back row attack, Hickman, now a free ball for Stone, but a bad pass, and it's a point for Upperman. Couldn't take advantage, and Hickman finds herself another kill.
When it's your night, and it's Hickman's night, good things happen for you.
Still set point Stone, 24-23. Got to win by 2, first to 25. Here's Bush, the freshman, with the serve. Pretty good one. Bowers there. Middle for Growth and into the block. At the net, Pruitt. Bowers to the outside, Reagan off the block. Burchett there. Huddleston to the outside. Here's Hickman. Will send it back row, and that's out of bounds. An attack error. Upperman asking for a tip. I don't think they're going to get it. And that should be the end of set number 2. 25-23 in favor of Stowe Memorial, and we are all knotted up. One apiece here in this one. What a match we've got. Stick around for it. We'll take a break and come back. You're watching High School Volleyball presented by Nick's Restaurant on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network. Turfmasters Landscape Management has been serving the Upper Cumberland since 1996. They offer a variety of services, including lawn maintenance, landscape design and installation, landscape lighting, irrigation systems, and more. For more information, contact Matt Wilson at 931-261-1587 today. Turfmasters Landscape Management is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Tee Up is the Upper Cumberland's brand new indoor golfing experience. With 3 state-of-the-art simulators, you can work on some of the world's best courses, all in the comfort of their climate-controlled facility. You want to know how you can improve? See everything from club speed to spin rate in seconds. Conveniently located at 141 4th Street in Baxter. Stop in. Visit them online at teeupgolfclub.com or call them at 931-559-GOLF to reserve your simulator today. Tee Up is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. We're back here in Baxter. Sets 1 and 2 are in the book, and we're tied at 1 apiece as Stowe Memorial wins set 2, 25-23. And how about the resilience from the Lady Panthers? Started to go down there in set 2, able to work their way back and get a gutsy win in set 2 to even up the match.
Tremendous match. Now we're right back where we started, and it's a best of 3. And this is exactly what we expected coming in. Lady Bees have had a couple of more long runs, but you mentioned that word resilience. Stone has showed that so far, made some nice adjustments in that second set to the power for the Lady Bees. Right now, though, no answer for Hickman. She's been unbelievable through 2 sets.
I'm going to run out of room.
Yeah.
I only got room for 16 kills, and she is well on her way to that. She's at 11 right now through 2 sets. A ridiculous number through 2 sets. So the rotations being put in, the officials making sure they know who is where and where they should be. Upperman won the first set 25-15. Second set belongs to Stowe Memorial 25-23. And Upperman will have the serve here in set 3. So no matter what, we're playing at least 4 tonight. And Bowers out of position there. Didn't quite know if her teammate was going to take it, and it's going to be a service ace to start it off for the junior Emery Huddleston.
And Bronston Chaffin just rolled a strike. And all of these went Cumberland down. There's a lot of stars out tonight. Gracie Butler and Sadie South are down there. Cassie Crouch is down there. I think it's, what is it, Dressed Like a Boy night for them? I can't tell what it is. They're holding pictures of Coach Permenter. I mean, that is what it is, right? It's frat boy night, I think. I don't know. For Stone, not as many students, but they're all standing up and into it as well.
Oh, that's a great serve by Huddleston. Growth able to put it over, but it's out of bounds.
Yep.
And it will be an attack error from Stone Memorial.
And they've done a really nice job, Stone has, of getting that cross-court action, but it's a lot tougher to put it there. You have less room when you go horizontal than you do if you try to put it where the opponent is.
Huddleston a little more pace on it that time. Touches the tape. Here's Growth on the swing, and this time she's able to put it in. It's going to be a net violation anyways on Upperman, and that's a few times now that West has gone into the net. And so a violation on the Lady Bees.
Remember, this is a very young Upperman team. For a lot of these Lady Bees, this is the biggest game they played in and the biggest atmosphere they played in so far. And so as this game gets later, see if that experience that Stone Memorial has an advantage in starts to shine through a little bit.
Lost their first set out of their last 5 matches yesterday against Watertown. Still won the match 3-1. Just not quite as dominant as they had been.
Yeah, I don't think they've lost a set in this building till that last one.
That one up in the air by Burchett. Huddleston quick set. West into the hands of Growth, and Growth sends it right back down. A solo block.
Growth starting to get rolling. A little bit of a slow start in that first set. Really starting to emerge in the second and continuing it here in the third.
So Stone Memorial ties it up at 2 apiece. Lucy Growth has been really solid here early on in set 3. Mentioned Goose is down here today. He'll have picture coverage, video coverage coming up afterwards. A little roll shot there from Pruitt. Good dig out of the back row. And up in the air by Stone. Sent over. Now Huddleston sends it back row for Hickman. This hits it, but kept alive. That one not a great pass. It's into the net and a point for the Bees.
Frat night. I was right.
There you go.
Melissa says
the jerseys make sense,
night.
yeah.
They're wearing the backwards jerseys.
The backwards jerseys.
I asked Ty Cobb, I said, are you aware your jersey's backward? He said, yeah, that's the point.
He's got the Giannis Antetokounmpo jersey. There's a Denver Broncos Peyton Manning jersey down there. There's a push to the outside. Growth. Huddleston will back set it for Pruitt down the line. And 2 players going after it. Going to be an error on the Lady Panthers.
For the Stone students, it looks like it's white lie night, so they have the white lies on their white T-shirts. There's one that I can't say on air. Can't read another one. Great serve.
Bowers sends it over. Free ball for Upperman. Right side attack again for Pruitt. Cuts it across the net. This one off the tape by Mann. The pancake kept alive by Hickman. And sent over. And not going to be able to get to it in time. Coach Permenter was pretty adamant about something, but I believe that's just going to be a point for Stone Memorial. And now Huddleston will come over and have a conversation.
I'm not going to pretend to have any idea what she wants
there.
I'm not the authority on that in any way, shape, or form. Tomorrow night, I will have a better idea.
We'll be here again.
We will be.
We'll just not across the parking lot.
Billy C. Rogers will be rocking
right.
for the first time this year. Stone plays tomorrow night as well. Cross-county rivalry.
They got a big one with Cumberland County.
Absolutely. Glad they're playing that game.
Hickman off the top of the block and kept alive. Over to get it, Mann. And, oh, my goodness, runs over a teammate in the bench. Hopefully everyone's all right on that Stone Memorial side. Coach Permenter sprints over there. Looks like everyone's okay and just hobbling a little bit as Mann, but she's able to get up and jog off.
Those folding chairs, as somebody who has sat in those folding chairs,
they drop in a heap.
They will just collapse on you, which actually makes it look bad, but sometimes softens it up a little bit. It just collapses on itself. So thankfully everybody's okay over there.
Coach Permenter making sure everyone's all right with Coach Buck on that other sideline. 5-3 advantage for the Lady Bees here in set 3. We're tied up in the match 1-1, and into serve is Adriana Hayes, the senior right side. That one's off the tape and down, a service error.
And there's been quite a few of those tonight for Upperman. We have not seen that a lot early in the year for them, those unforced mistakes. It's going to happen in every match, but there's been quite a few of them, and that's really helping a Stone team that's trying to find a run out here.
So Growth will serve for the Panthers, and that one's going to be another service error. And you've said it, we've seen quite a few really on both sides so far tonight. And it kind of seems like that early on trying to feel each other out. Upperman has taken a lead in sets 1 and 2, kind of midway through, and then able to take advantage late. Were the Panthers in set 2, and back and forth we go with the service errors. 3
straight. 2 for the Lady Bees, 1 for Stone. We'll see if they can get one across inbounds.
Still making sure they got the right players in where they want in rotation, as Leffy will come on to serve. And from up that left side. Good receive. Right side. Hickman puts it down.
She's really, really good and has a lot of time to develop. She is really, really good.
Been held in check for the first 11 points. Finally finds her first kill here in set 3. She's got 12 here in set 3. And she'll go back to serve now, the sophomore. Bowers on the receive. And a free ball now for the Lady Bees. Huddleston pushes to the outside. This is Smallwood. And Smallwood is able to power it through the block. First time tonight, Lana Smallwood finds a kill.
She had a good game against Wilson Central last time we were here as well. Another one of those weapons and a deep bench for Tori Permenter.
Senior on that left pin. Josie Bush got a lot more run time there in sets 1 and 2. And a free opportunity again for the Bees. Outside, Smallwood down the line. Great dig. Going to be another free ball. Quick set. Tidwell into the block. Clark kept it up for a moment, but unable to finish it off as Tidwell is able to put it down for her 3rd kill tonight.
There have been moments in this match in all 3 sets where Upperman has done this. They were able to cash in the first set because they timed it up really well. This one's still early. Can Stone limit the run and get the serve back to him sooner rather than later in what is a pivotal 3rd set?
It's a 9-5 advantage for the Lady Bees here on their home floor. To the outside, Clark just sends it over. Here is Smallwood into the block and up. Bowers. Reagan.
Wow.
And Tidwell denies it. The solo stuff for Bella Tidwell.
And what a luxury for Coach Permenter to be able to rotate these players up front. A lot of energy being taken out, having to play above the net like they are. Tidwell checks in, no problem. Smallwood checks in, no problem. You give Bush a breather. The depth shining through.
10-5 advantage for Upperman here in Baxter. Sent over, and that's going to be out of bounds. The error on the Lady Panthers. It's 11-5 and a 6-point advantage, and Coach Buck is going to burn her first timeout here in set 3. Tied in the match, 1 apiece. 11-5 advantage for the Lady Bees. We're back after this on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network. Looking for weekend lunch and dinner plans? Since 1971, Nick's Restaurant has been locally owned and operated. From mouth-watering prime rib to delectable ice cream pie, Nick's has it all. Their cozy atmosphere and great service will make you feel right at home. Plus, their banquet space is perfect for any event. Visit them at 895 South Jefferson Avenue or online at nickscookville.com. Nick's Restaurant is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Real Estate Collective is a team of experienced, licensed real estate agents serving the entire Upper Cumberland region. Whether you are looking to buy or sell, the RICO team is... Welcome back here to Baxter. Timeout on the floor taken by Stone Memorial. Their first here in set 3. 11-5 advantage for the Lady Bees. And a tied match at 1 apiece. Presley Hickman still the service, and another good one. Bowers keeps it alive for the moment, but it's going to be put down. And how about this run that Presley Hickman is on right now? Not only was she getting it done at the net, now getting it done at the service line.
If Upperman wins this game, she is going to be the slam dunk Nelson Trophy and screen printing player of the game.
Already with 12 kills tonight, she's got an ace in there as well. And another good serve down the line. That one completely dropped off the table. It's her second service ace of the night.
And I mean, they've moved her around. She's played, obviously, back here. She's served. She's played on the back line. She's played on the front line. She's made an impact everywhere. She has been the trump card so far for the Lady Bees.
Full rotation player will play in the front row and the back row. And normally will not come out unless she needs to. Sends that one out for the service error, but a 7-point advantage after her time in the back row.
This is a critical moment for the Lady Panthers. Not insurmountable by any stretch, down 7. Don't want to be down 2-1 on the road. Can you settle in and get some points and cut into this deficit right here?
13-6, high serve. Gets to the back row. Huddleston to the outside. Here's Smallwood off the top of the block. The outside, this is Mann. Off the tape and down. Pruitt right there. In the middle, Tidwell sends it across. And kept alive, and that's in. What a shot there to keep it alive and across the net. And Smallwood unable to put it over. I couldn't tell, was it Lauren Clark or was it? It looked like Riley Norrod was able to get it done. I don't know how she got the angle of that to cut it across the net.
It was unbelievable.
Tremendous shot, and it got the point for the Panthers. Here's Smallwood on the outside again. Bowers right there. Mann sends it over, and into no man's land. It is down and in for another kill for Mann.
And exactly what we were talking about now. Stone settling in, able to get a couple of points, making some nice plays, and just stabilize things in the set.
13-18, and that one's going to sail out of bounds. Good decision by Emma Pruitt back there. That last line of defense realized it was going to sail over her head. It's a service error by the Lady Panthers. 6-point advantage for Upperman. And Tidwell will go back to serve again. Great serve. Groth sends it over. Big pardon, that was Clark. And now a free ball for Upperman. Huddleston outside. Smallwood. Big swing. Kept alive and sent over. Pruitt. Smallwood again. Left-handed shot. Hickman will send it over. And Hickman puts it down again. The sophomore, she was really good against Wilson Central, has taken another step tonight.
She's been unbelievable tonight. The biggest game of the year so far for the Lady Bees. She has been unbelievable.
And she has been the best player on the floor.
No question about it.
Tidwell a little too short that time. Service error. 15-9. Upperman leads by 6.
And Stone has just not been able, and she's checking out as I'm about to say this point, just to get the set plays for Lauren Clark to do some damage. It has been just on their back foot because of what these Lady Bees have done so far with their kills.
That's going to be an overpass and a free ball here for Stone. Quick set in the middle for Groth, and they take advantage and put it down.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. They have not had many overpasses. They have not had many free balls to just set up their own offense. When they have had those opportunities, they made the most of them like we just saw.
And it started with the serve from Marley Bowers back there to do it again, down by 5. Another good serve, better received that time. Huddleston to the outside, Smallwood again, and off the top of the hand of Mann and down. Smallwood finds herself her second kill.
You said it best, the serve and receive game. That has been the difference right now. 6-point gap, 1-1 game.
Yeah, if you can't pass, you're going to struggle.
Yeah.
Here's Huddleston from the right side. Kept up, sent over. And sent in the perfect spot and a point for Stone Memorial. I mean, couldn't have placed it better. Looked like it was going to be a free ball as Stone was just trying to send it over, and it finds the hardwood. And still just up by 5. Changing the volleyball out.
New ball. The students are just, they've created a second back line. A second in line back there.
One off the tape and down. A service error from Stone Memorial. 17-11 lead for the Lady Bees, and this feels like a couple of important points for Stone Memorial.
Yep.
It'll be Smallwood back there for the service. To the outside, Groth into the block. Right side attack, and that one's down. And on that right side, LMA able to put it down.
LMA.
Very good basketball player.
Exactly what I was about to say.
17-12 down. We said it. Couple of important points here, and they get that first one. Can they string a couple together? That one was off the tape and over. And now a free ball for Stone. Howard, quick set, Groth into the block and down. Lucy Groth able to get another kill.
You mentioned it. This is a couple of big points for Stone Memorial, showing life here.
Now just a 4-point advantage for the Lady Bees. Back-to-back points. And that one couldn't quite creep over. It's a service error, and now back to a 5-point lead in the Lady Bees serve. The Addison Phi checking in for the service for Bailey West. 18-13 advantage here in set 3. Tied up at 1 apiece in the match. 25-15 in set 1 belong to Upperman. Stone Memorial won set 2. 25-23. That's a tremendous serve. Up in the air and an overpass. Pruitt sends it back down and finds herself a kill. Taking advantage of the Lady Bees.
That's so smart by Pruitt. Sensing they just had to get out of position a little bit to rally that ball across and waste no time. Get the kill.
19-13, 6-point lead for Upperman. Here's 5 from the right side. Goes deeper this time. Bowers right there. And another free ball, but that one's going to sail out of bounds. Another point for the Lady Bees. It's 20-13.
Familiar to the first set where Phi came in to slam the door. Starting out similarly here in the third.
So Phi will have another serve. It's another good one. Howard to the left pin, Reagan. Hickman right there, and that's going to be a net violation. Trying to get over there in time was Tidwell, and just couldn't quite get there. She caught the net on the way up and trying to keep that ball up. So 20-14, Stone Memorial back with the service, and this feels like the rotation that they got to do some damage in with Growth serving and Lauren Clark at the front row. Good serve. Close to the net, and what a save by Huddleston. Back row attack for Growth, and I think her foot was on the line. It was, so be a back row violation by Lucy Growth. 21-14, Upperman back with the serve, and it's Emma Pruitt. Here is Pruitt from the right side. Deep one. Bowers there. Up in the air by Clark and over. Huddleston will push it to the outside. Hickman, first chance in a while, and kept over by Stone. Hickman just punches it over. Quick set in the middle. Clark sends it down. A big kill for the junior.
Just not had many opportunities in this game, in this match so far, as Lauren Clark to do just that, to show off her athleticism. Pretty much every time she's had the chance, she's got the kill and scored the point.
She's got 5 kills so far tonight. Only plays in the front row, doesn't play in the back row. 21-15. And that serve into the net. That is not what Stone Memorial was looking for in that position. Down by 6, looking to make a run. Now down by 7. And Upperman 3 points shy of taking set 3.
And that's 3 of those in this set, right into the net.
So it'll be Presley Hickman back there to serve for the Lady Bees. 22-15, drops off the table. To the outside, Clark. Off the top of the tape, and a save by the Bees, sent over by Hickman. Outside Reagan now. High swing, and that one just out of bounds. Not by much. And a point for the Lady Bees makes it 23-15.
And they've been able to hit those corners tonight, has Stone, but just a hair too much. It's flirting with fire to have to try to pinpoint them.
So Hickman will have another serve, up by 8. Goes a little bit deeper this time and changes the direction and comes up with a service ace.
I don't think we can describe how impressive Presley Hickman has been in this match so far. Just tremendous here, and just feels like the finisher back there in the third set right now.
Set point here in set 3, 24-15, trying to match what they did in set 1. Off the tape, rolled over to the outside. Clark, a block. Tidwell comes up with it. Stone was unable to put it back over, and Upperman takes set 3, 25-15, and they are 1 set away from taking a very important district matchup in 7-2A. You're watching high school volleyball presented by Watson Chevy on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
The Real Estate Collective is a team of experienced, licensed real estate agents serving the entire Upper Cumberland region. Whether you are looking to buy or sell, the RICO team is ready to serve you. With a focus on people over profits, you can rest assured the Real Estate Collective can help make your real estate dreams a reality. Call 931-559-9500 for more information or see their current listings at letsgorico.com. The Real Estate Collective is proud to support student athletes in our area and this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Gentry's Power Equipment is proud to be the presenting sponsor of Upperman Athletics on UCR.
Located at 755 Buffalo Valley Road in Cookeville, Gentry's Power Equipment is your local steel dealer with a huge selection of outdoor power equipment including chainsaws, blowers, trimmers, mowers, pressure washers, and more. They are your local one-stop shop for high-quality equipment. Locally owned and operated, Gentry's Power Equipment is proud to support Upperman Athletics and UCR. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to support student athletes and athletic departments throughout the Upper Cumberland. They are also proud to sponsor Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing's Player of the Game on this broadcast. From trophies to t-shirts, they can do it all. Be sure to stop by and see them at 120 Circle Drive in Allgood or give them a call at 931-537-9559. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing, proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
A little Call Me Maybe to bring you back here into set number 4. We've had some throwbacks.
Love it.
For some songs tonight. Upperman up in the match, 2-1. Dominant again in set 3, 25-15 after Stone was able to fight back in set 2. Lady Bees, very similar to set 1, just kind of leaning, and then Presley Hickman just kind of took over and put it away.
Yeah, Presley Hickman has been sensational, first of all. But, Stone has not been able to extend a run yet. We've seen several for the Lady Bees where they get 4, 5, 6 points in a row and create that separation. What we saw in the first and second set, or first and third set. In the second, it was just back and forth throughout. I don't think either team won more than 3 points in a row. So for Stone, now down 2-1. Obviously, you got to find a way to get into the fifth set, and it's that resiliency that we talked about. An experienced volleyball team knowing that Upperman's going to make a run, you got to answer with a run of your own. And for the Lady Bees, you want to slam the door and avoid a 1-15 fifth set as the greatest song in the world blares out. Rocky Top, baby.
In the world?
In the world. Rocky Top should be our new national anthem.
High praise.
Should play this when the president walks in.
That wouldn't quite make sense.
Yes, it does. It just
for
does.
The rest of our nation, I don't think.
It just does. They should learn it. Show some respect. In the morning at school, Pledge of Allegiance, Rocky Top. You think I'm kidding? This is why I can't be president.
It's a great tip shot there by Stone Memorial as Adriana Mann is able to get a kill to start it off for the Lady Panthers. Lady Panthers got to win this one. Upperman up 2-1 in the match. Best of 5 series, you'll win 3 sets, you're the winner. Of course, here in set 4, still best of 25, you'll win by 2. But if Stone wins this one, we're going to head to set 5, which is 1-15, win by 2. That one, not quite there. Is great serve by Stone Memorial.
If you became president, would you solve world hunger? Would you have world peace? No, Rocky Top in schools.
Makes sense.
It's the important things.
Yep. You can't put us on a broadcast together.
We're going to do it a lot.
Again tomorrow night.
They're going to do it at our big games. They're going to do it. I won't say that on the other thing that we're going to do.
What's that?
Coming soon. Probably tonight we'll announce that.
Keep it tuned in, UpperCumberlandReporter.com and our social media pages. 2-1 advantage right now for Stone Memorial. Here's Emma Pruitt on the right side. Powers it through the block and down. And Pruitt now 6 kills here in set 4.
What you can't do is let me do color.
Yeah, that's where we run into trouble.
Because I don't have enough to occupy my mind.
Yeah, you're not doing enough over there right now. 2-2. Here's Growth on the left pin. Tips it over and it works out. And this is... It's kind of how we've started the first 3 sets, where it's back and forth. Seems like Stone Memorial has a little bit of momentum going. Can they keep it rolling, though, and continue on later on in this set? Man back to serve with a 3-2 advantage. Wow. And that one's going to be put down by Upperman from the right side.
Guess who hit it? Presley Hickman.
There you go.
Again, just unbelievable power with those swings.
So Hickman now 2 kills shy of 16. Again, that's my max on my board, so we're going to be making some new notches. 3-3 here in the early going is set 4. Burchett, good pass. Huddleston sets it up for the right side attack for Pruitt. Just had to squeeze it down between the block and the net and was able to do so. And how about the ups from Pruitt on that right pin?
And that's the thing that's jumped out about this Lady Bees team. It's different than a lot of teams maybe around here. How many girls they have that can get up and above the net. That is a different
And they're not the
thing.
tallest.
No, but they
front row.
They're athletic as all get out.
There's the Stone with a lot of size, and there's another block by the Bees. Pruitt and West teaming up for it.
And this is where Stone has to be very careful. Down 2-1, you're fine at 3-5. If they put together one of these 8 straight runs that they have, all of a sudden it feels like match is over.
Back there serving is Lana Smallwood, and a 5-3 advantage for the Lady Bees. That one catches the tape and down. And Stone Memorial does get the point back. So 5-4, Upperman leading by 1, and the senior growth will go back to serve.
If you're Coach Buck, you're saying, no problem. We'll go back and forth this entire set. That's the way we're going to win this match.
That one a great serve. Hickman keeps it alive and sent over. Howard, quick set, not a good one, and it's going to be a point for the Lady Bees. Looked awkward.
Yeah.
Couldn't quite tell if it was 4 touches or not. And they're going to say that Upperman did touch it, descended back over, and ended up being a Lady B point anyways. Looked like it was going to be a good opportunity, and Howard just couldn't quite get it. A good enough set in the middle there.
And they're going to fly earlier on in this set than we've seen them do earlier, and Coach Permenter may be sensing an opening here.
So Phi will serve from right up the middle. Goes back right. Good receive to the right side. And a nice dig by Huddleston. Hickman will go cross net. Phi is there. Here's Hickman again from the left pin. Kept alive and put down. Presley Hickman does it again. 7-4 advantage for the Lady Bees.
It's just a mismatch in that regard. The Stone does not have an answer for Presley Hickman wherever she's been on the court. The answer's not there. They're going to have to find success in other ways.
7-4 advantage for Upperman. You see Hassan Phi looking to the sideline. Get into that in a second. 7-4. Right side attack. Good block by Hickman. Was it out of bounds? It was just barely. So a good tool off the block there for LMA from the right side. But when you see these players look to the sideline to their coaches, and the coaches are hiding what they're signaling, there's 6 spots on the court, and they're signaling to where and who they want the serve to go to, who you're trying to pick out in that back row, who you think you have the best opportunity to not get a good receive.
And you don't always do it. You don't see every coach do it all the time, but in bigger games, you're going to see a lot of that.
Huddleston, right side, Pruitt, high swing, and that one's out of bounds.
And so perfect for Stone right now. They withstood that little run. Didn't balloon. Now they're right back in and only down 1. That's where they need to be.
7-6, Upperman with the 1-point advantage back there serving. Is Lefevue. Huddleston to the outside. Hickman winds up and puts it down. And that is number 16 on the night for Presley Hickman.
Dominance. Pure dominance by her.
Slowed down a little bit, actually, after the first 2 sets, but
had
only 14 points here in the set.
Had 9-10 points into the second set.
Going to be a free ball here for Upperman. Huddleston outside. Hickman again off the tape. Kept alive for the moment. Clark the left-handed shot, and Hickman the double touch. The violation, the point for Stone Memorial. And how about the athleticism there from Lauren Clark at the net?
Marquee matchup up there at the net with those two. And it just hasn't been a ton of opportunities yet for Lauren Clark. But it feels like, as they're down 2-1, if she can get it rolling, that could be the difference to switch this match the other way.
8-7 advantage. That one off the block. Tidwell tried to send it up there, and Lauren Clark said, I'm just going to jump up and see what I can do, and able to do so.
It just got the fingertips on it, and it spun back right on the Lady B's side where nobody was. Great touch.
So a solo stop for Lauren Clark. It's 8-7. Or did they not give the point to Stone Memorial?
They didn't put it up yet on the board.
So it's 8-8.
It's 8-8.
So now 9-8 Stone Memorial.
They will get it. It's amazing the reactions when a scoreboard is slightly off.
I mean, just absolutely losing.
Just convinced that you're getting everybody against you. They fixed it. It's the instantness, and it's every sport. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's in the grandstands, if the scoreboard is slightly off for 5 seconds, it is world-changing.
Yeah, that's going to be another point for Stone Memorial, and Coach Permits are not too happy with their squad right now. A lot of miscues on these last few points. 10-8 advantage.
And if you're the Lady Panthers, you're saying thank you very much. Yeah. All they are trying to do, get this into a 5th set, put a little pressure, and lean in on that experience that we've talked about.
So a 2-point lead for the Lady Panthers. Reagan on the serve. Huddleston back set right side for Hickman. Off the tape, was it in? It was. What a shot by Presley Hickman.
17?
17 of them.
About to have a set's worth of points for herself.
She might.
And now she goes back to serve.
In the middle, Clark. Hickman on the dig, but couldn't quite keep it alive. And Lauren Clark gets another point for Stone Memorial.
And what Stone's doing a great job of, we mentioned kind of those cross-court overpasses and just finding those soft spots. They're doing a great job of it, and then finding where the Lady Bees are out of position and making them pay for it.
11-9 advantage now for Stone Memorial. Here is Hickman again on the roll and able to send it over. And she's had quite some of those kills tonight as well, where it's just a free opportunity to Stone Memorial, but she does just enough with it to make it difficult in that back row.
And another one for her. It's ridiculous by one player to have this sort of performance.
So to be Tidwell on the serve. It's a good one. Growth. Try not to give him a free opportunity. Instead, turns it into an attack error, and it's a point for the Lady Bees anyways.
And again, Stone, no problem. Just find a way to get a point back and go back and forth throughout and win the set 25-23.
Knotted up at 11. Tidwell sends it over to the outside. This is Mann with a left-handed shot. Dug out by Smallwood. Back row attack from Pruitt. Wow. Kept alive by Growth and sent over. Huddleston. Outside, Smallwood winds up and puts it down through the block, powers it through for the kill.
This is a Lady B squad that's just hunting opportunities to go for the aggressive kills. Every single time they can set it up, you know what's going to happen. They are going up and putting it down.
Nice, yeah, the soft serve there from Tidwell. Big swing, and Bailey West is right there for the solo stuff. And the Bees.
I wouldn't hate a timeout here from Coach Buck. And right on cue.
They are going to take a timeout, trailing by 2. First timeout of this fourth set. Upperman leading 2-1. We're back after this on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Are you looking for the best dining experience in the Upper Cumberland? Visit Fire and Vine in Cookeville's historic West Side. Fire and Vine offers great service and a unique menu, including mouth-watering deep dish pizza, delectable beef, chicken, fish, and more. Take in stunning views from the rooftop while enjoying your meal. Come and experience the charm and flavor of Fire and Vine, your new favorite spot for a memorable dining experience. Fire and Vine is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
First timeout taken here in set 4 from either side. It's Stone Memorial once more. They've got 1 remaining. Upperman with 2 remaining. 13-11 the score. Upperman leading by 2 in set 4. They've got the 2-1 match advantage. Winning sets 1 and 3, 25-15 each. And Bailey West, double hit. Bailey West was already lining up the block on that right side. I thought she got in the net. That net's not moving. And it is a double hit for Stone Memorial.
Yeah, I love the timeout for Coach Buck because this is where you got to stabilize things and get it back down by 3. Got to find a way to get a serve back on your side.
14-11. Good pass in the middle. Growth, left-handed shot. Hickman there sends it over and put right back down by Stone Memorial is Lucy Growth again.
Waste no time. There's a huge opening there. Hickman had to sell out to save it and just put it there. Don't have to get cute at all in that situation.
Going back to serve, Briley Norrod. 14-12 advantage for the Lady Bees here in set 4. Kind of the hybrid jump serve. There's a set in the middle for West. And that one they're going to say is in for West. And actually, either way, the line judge was saying it was tipped anyways. So it was going to be an Upperman point no matter what. So Bailey West comes up with the kill. It's her third, and she wound up on that one.
The tip makes it inarguable.
Yes,
that's
correct. Yeah, no matter if it was in or out on the other side, if it's tipped, it doesn't matter.
And that's what the conversation is with the head official, but they say it was tipped. So once it's tipped, there's no conversation at all.
3-point advantage for the Lady Bees. And that's off the tape and down. Service error from Huddleston will give the point back to Stone Memorial. We mentioned some of the behind-the-scenes storylines in this one. Of course, Coach Tori Permenter with Stone last year, leading them to a sectional appearance, losing in 5 sets to Saudi Daisy. There's a good serve by Mann. Big swing by Pruitt, and she powers through. And they are finding something on that right side block right now from Stowe Memorial where they're just not getting connected, and they're able to put it right through the middle of them.
Because of the dominance of Hickman, we haven't said Pruitt's name a lot tonight, but she has the ability to do exactly what we've seen Hickman do. It's part of what makes this Lady Bees team so dangerous, and she shows it off there. Big moment here in this match.
Of course, this is a big District 7-2A battle as well. Both these teams undefeated in district play right now. That's going to be a block for Weston Hickman at the net. They team up for it. And West, one of the middles, and she's an undersized middle, but a very athletic middle, able to get up there for another one. She's already got 3 blocks tonight.
Yeah, it's not the tallest Lady Bees team in the world, but they just get up.
Good serve. Good receive. Quick set. Growth tips it over, and it is in.
Yep.
And Lucy Growth, nice tip shot for the point.
We've talked about how Stone has not gone to those power kills much, and you've seen why. It's been blocked when they've tried.
It's really good.
But they pinpointed a lot of those, just like we saw, to score some points.
Got to go, like you said, the finesse, the smart shots. Growth is going to go back to serve after Stone Memorial tries to wipe up some of the perspiration on the floor on their side.
Perspiration. Not a long word.
Like
Sweat
that?
for us common folk.
The old Tennesseans.
Wow. The audacity. Listen, I've been to Indiana.
It's pretty great, isn't it?
Intelligent was not the thing that came to mind.
Great golf courses, huh?
Windy, I know that.
That's true. There's no hills. 17-14
Or as you call them, mountains.
Hey, compared to Indiana, there's nothing there.
It's a 200-foot hill. That's a mountain out there. Is that Everest?
Well, there's no elevation change in cornfields, so 17-15, Growth another serve. Hickman in the air, right side for Pruitt, off the tape, and sent over. And back up in the air, here's Pruitt again. Out of rotation, both sides trying to figure it out. Back row attack, Growth, big swing, puts it down.
Big time swing out of the back row. And now Stone with a lot of momentum. They get this thing to a 5th set. All bets are off.
They know how big this 4th set is. Trailing by a set right now. Down by 1, 17-16. Growth still with the service and into the net. Service error, back up by 2. Go the Lady Bees, 18-16.
4 of those in the last 2 sets for Stone Memorial. Right into the net.
And here comes Addison 5 for the service for the Lady Bees, the serving specialist.
She's trying to be the finisher here is what this is.
Still needs 7 more to do that. Not out of the question. Up by 2 right now. Great serve. Left side, Reagan rolls it to the back, and that's out of bounds by about 1 ball. 19-16, 3-point advantage for the Lady Bees.
And 5, she's not trying to overpower it with the serve. She's just a little bit of side spin on it. Let it go.
And that's, you saw, look to the sideline. And Coach Permenter pointing at the 1. That's LMA back there, one of the younger players in the back row. And 5 picks her out and finds the service ace.
Yeah, Stone, I wouldn't hate another time out here if I'm Stone Memorial.
5 will try it again. Goes back middle this time. Reagan from the left pin. Ellis on the dig. Hickman keeps it in. Sent over by 5. In the middle. Clark the tip puts it down.
Man, there have been some unbelievable saves in this match so far. And that's a big win for Stone. And I still wouldn't hate a timeout if you're Coach Buck, but she'll let it go a few more.
There you get the point. Now you got the serve. Down by 3, 20-17. Couple of subs coming in for both sides. And back to serve will be Leffew.
Sorry about that.
20-17 our score here in set 4. Ellis hits the basketball hoop up there, the backboard actually. Hickman sends it over and down again. It doesn't matter. Presley Hickman with 19 kills here in set 4.
That one, like you said, ricocheted off the hoop that's pulled all the way up as far as it'll go. And Lady Bees did a nice job tracking it, not panicking. And then you saw Hickman do what she does.
Pruitt the serve.
Wow.
And Pruitt puts it down. A service ace for the Lady Bees.
there's not much you can do on that one. That's a perfect serve.
It's 22-17. And the Lady Bees 3 points away from taking this match and avenging a couple of losses against this Stone Memorial team last season. Pruitt, good serve. In the air, and sent over. Free ball here for Upperman. Huddleston to the outside. Hickman off the block and down the tool for the points.
20 kills tonight for Presley Hickman. And now the students hyping up the rest of the crowd. Ty Cobb, Bronson Chaffin trying to get them on their feet. What an environment tonight.
6-point advantage, 23-17. Just a couple of points away from taking the match. Pruitt sends it over. The dump off. And a violation, a lift called on Stone Memorial. It is match point Upperman, 24-17. Here's Pruitt. Good serve and puts it down. The service ace for the win from Emma Pruitt. 25-17 in set 4, and Upperman wins the match 3-1.
A tremendous victory tonight for the Upperman Lady Bees. We talked about all the emotion earlier on, and you see it. They played hard for their coach. Stone Memorial laid it out there as well. That was a really fun high school volleyball match between two really good teams in District 7 2A, Jacob, but a huge win for this young Upperman team that we talked pregame. Is this a team with a lot of potential, or is this a really good team still undefeated against in-state competition and get the signature one against their district rivals tonight?
They improved to 10-2 on the season and now alone at the top in district play at 4-0 with Livingston still to play Cumberland County coming up tomorrow night. Stone Memorial falls to 9-3, and beg your pardon, 5-3 on the season. They are 4-1 now in district play in 7-2A, and I expect these two to have some battles on down the road. Of course, they'll play one more time before possible district tournament rematch. But what a win for this Lady Bees squad, and of course for Coach Permenter as well. You said it. It's pretty easy for the Nelson Trophy and screen printing player of the game.
Yeah, Presley Hickman, absolutely. Over 20 kills.
20 kills.
20 kills. I mean, just a tremendous performance. She was great serving. She was unbelievably dominant up at the net from the back row as well. Wherever she was on the floor, made a huge impact. A slam dunk tonight for the Nelson Trophy and screen printing player of the game. This is a good Stone team. It's a tough environment here tonight on the road. The students right here. It's an Upperman team fired up. Coach Permenter, unbelievable popular. She's super popular with those players in Stone Memorial as well. You understand all the external forces at play here tonight, but ultimately you saw a really strong performance by Upperman, led by Presley Hickman.
Upperman gets White County in the in-school rematch that they won a few days ago here in Baxter. That one will be in Sparta for this Stone Memorial team. They'll get a good Gornsville squad coming up next. But for us, we've got football tomorrow. Upperman taking on Farragut, a standalone game for us broadcast-wise. Stone Memorial will be taking on Cumberland County. We'll be paying attention to that score. And then Friday night, 3 more football games coming your way. High school football game of the week, Cookeville and Sparta. Macon County plays Greenbrier and Livingston Academy at Smith County. Also, keep it tuned in to Upper Cumberland Reporter's social media pages, uppercumberlandreporter.com. For Goose, there's also some news possibly on the way tonight, maybe tomorrow.
Something that we're excited about. We're going to be able to do on Saturday. We'll announce it with just the best graphic we've ever made. I made it. But something we're excited about as well is we continue to try and spotlight student athletes, put it that way, in the Upper Cumberland. So we're excited about that. Great match here tonight. Tomorrow going to be a lot of fun. Me, you, Hallie on the call. We're going to have a lot of fun as Upperman takes on Farragut.
Upperman gets the job done tonight. 3-1. They win set 1, 25-15. Stone won set 2, 25-23. And then it was all Upperman. 25-15 in set 3, 25-17 in set 4. Presley Hickman, the Nelson Trophy and screen printing player of the match tonight with 20 kills in 4 sets. That's going to do it for us tonight. Today's broadcast has been presented by Nick's Restaurant and Watson Chevy, and you've been watching it on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network. For Noah McKay, I'm Jacob Vinson.